É isso aí, pessoal. Boa noite. Como vocês sabem, vamos começar essa live mandem aí para os seus amigos. Já viu que a minha voz tá aquela beleza hoje, né? Mandem essa live para os seus amigos, bateristas, suas amigas bateristas, que hoje nós vamos conversar com a Mirna, direto de Colorado, nos Estados Unidos. E, ela fala um pouco de português, então você pode mandar suas perguntas em português, ok? Opa, tá dando aqui um lancezinho, pera aí, gente. Tá, ok. Hello, people. Ok. Eu estou mandando essa live para bastante gente. Faça o mesmo. Please send this streaming for your friends, your friends that play drums. Tonight we have a special guest, Mirna, from United States. Just a few minutes to start our streaming with her. Okay. So, nós estamos ao vivo também lá no YouTube. Essa live vai ficar gravada também no YouTube, assim esperamos. E aqui, claro, no Instagram direto, como todas as vezes, tá? Então, vou falar algumas coisinhas em português, depois eu vou tentar o meu melhor em inglês, como vocês já sabem, certo? Beleza? Então, olha, gente, a gente está encerrando o mês de setembro com essa live super legal com a Mirna, direto dos Estados Unidos, direto de Colorado, nos Estados Unidos. E temos muitas outras bateristas que vêm por aí no mês de outubro. Inclusive, eu vou dar um spoiler, 2 spoilers. Vou dar um spoiler que nós teremos a nossa primeira convidada do continente africano. Tá? Nós não tivemos nenhuma convidada ainda da África, mas dessa vez nós vamos ter em outubro. E também a nossa special class em outubro é com a sensacional Lindsay Artcott, que é uma super batera americana. Lá no finalzinho de outubro a gente vai ter a nossa special class com a Lindsay. Vocês não se esqueçam de se inscrever nas special class quando a gente manda a propaganda, o link de inscrição. É super bacana, certo? Bom, não sejam tímidos, mandem as suas perguntas para a Mirna hoje. Use, aqui embaixo tem um balãozinho com ponto de interrogação. Vocês podem mandar seus comentários, mandar suas perguntas, inclusive em português, porque ela entende um pouco de português, ok? Então, eu vou agora fazer os mesmos avisos em inglês e depois a gente manda ver com a nossa entrevistada de hoje. Hello, people. Thank you for being here tonight with us. First of all, I have two spoilers for you. Next month, we will have first guest from Africa, a drummer, of course, from Africa. We never had a guest from Africa, so don't lose that streaming to be next month. And we will have a special class, a free special class with the great drummer Lindsay Artcott from the United States. I will post all the information for you, and don't lose the chance to send your questions, your comments for Mirna tonight using this question box down below, or write on the comments. And let's go. Let's know more about Mirna career, drums, gear, and so on. Okay, let's go. Let's call Mirna. Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you. Perfect.
Great.
Hi, Andy. How are you?
I am
Okay.
good.
So we have a lot of wall, a white wall, and a little bit of Mirna. You
Ah,
can, yeah,
okay.
you can bring the, yeah, maybe a little.
Maybe.
Whoa.
Mm, no.
No.
Uh,
Yeah,
maybe this is better. Is that good?
yeah, better.
Great.
Hey, tell us, how are
Olá,
you? How things
gente.
are going? Yeah, you can speak in Portuguese. Oh, let's start. Vamos começar dando boa noite em português.
Boa noite, gente. Boa noite, galera. Tudo bem? Eu sou em Colorado. Meu nome é Mirna. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. So, se você percebeu, você pode mandar as perguntas em português. Então, não seja preguiçoso. Don't be lazy. Send your questions in Portuguese or English for Mirna. Okay. Thank you, Mirna, for your time and your patience. And thank you for being part of our family.
Thank
Streaming
you.
family.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here today.
Yeah. So, as you know, all the artists here, the drummers, have a lot of things to tell us, to discuss, but we don't have so much time. But we want to know more about your first impressions on drums, the very first impressions on music, how all the things started for you.
Um,
If you
so
if you want if you want to say something in Portuguese for people, please.
yeah, sure. Com certeza. Thank you. I will say if I have something. So for my start with like music, actually, when I was a child, my mom noticed that when I hear sad music, I start crying, and when I hear happy music, I start laughing. And she didn't notice that with my other brothers, so she thought that I had some musical talent or feel for it. So that's how music started for me very early. And then I performed as a vocalist in like different gatherings and like at church in front of like hundreds of people, just a cappella or with music. um, so basically I started as a vocalist, and I was trained to sing more Middle Eastern music because I'm originally from the Middle East. Eu sou de Iraque, mas eu moro nos Estados Unidos, in Colorado. I am from Iraq, but I live in Colorado right now. And hopefully, that's the plan for the future, to be in Colorado or be in the United States. That's kind of how music started. The drums, I started with Middle Eastern hand drums as a hobby. And then the drum set, it only started in 2019 in January. So not very long time ago, but I learned very quickly, and I've been featured by so many platforms, thankfully. So that's kind of how everything started.
Yeah, great. So, do you think if you are happy, you can play drums smiling, and
Yes.
if you are sad, you can play drums crying?
No, well, maybe. Actually, I do feel some emotions when I play the drums. It depends on the song. You can see some of my videos. I'm almost very sad face if the song is very sad or emotional. And then if it's a happy song, then I'm like always so happy. So yeah, I do express my facial expressions and body language depending on the music that I'm playing.
Yeah, but if you play some blast beats, are you crying or smiling? Because blast beat is so fast and sometimes so painful to do.
It's actually
But
not painful to do if you know how to do it, or like if you have the right teachers to tell you how to do it. And so I think last beats actually make me smile and laugh. Like if you see the last video from my
yeah,
last live show, I was very happy and smiling playing blast beats, because scientifically, I'm a biology scientist, so scientifically your serotonin level increases with physical activity, and this is a very extreme physical activity. And so that's what happens. You become happier usually. But people have like this metal face because it's a habit, because also metal music has like some dark lyrics related to it sometimes. So I think that's why people put the sad metal face, but I'm usually very smiley.
But if you play blast beats on a very dark band, how can you play like this?
I know, right? It's weird, but I do. Sometimes I notice myself. I tell my band, I'm like, this time I'm gonna have like sad face, but it doesn't work. I always end up smiling. So
Yeah, it's so funny because did you saw the last Emanuele couplet material? Smile when you drumming.
Play the drum, yeah.
Yeah, Emanuele is always smiling.
That's true.
It's so funny because when you are smiling, you are using more muscles on your face.
Yeah.
And you apparently you getting older more easily because you do this.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, and you are sad.
You're like,
it's okay. It's all flat.
Yeah, that's true.
No getting older.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
But when you play your very first song on drums, you were happy, or you were worried? You were worried about something, like me.
I don't think I was worried about anything. I think I was happy generally with my first song on the drum set. I could feel the rhythm, so I was happy about that. Of course, there was a lot for me to learn, so I was excited to learn more.
Do you remember the very first song that you played?
I don't remember the name of it, but it was like one of, it's a rock song for a band that's local from Colorado, but I don't remember which one exactly.
Yeah, I remember when I played the very first time for the crowd. I remember that was in a public place, in a public. I don't know how to say. Como se diz praça em inglês? Eu esqueci.
Yeah, place. Yeah, in a public place. Yeah.
Yeah, and that there was about 3,000 people, maybe. My very first show, and wow. I was so worried about music, a track that I had played. It was 98.5.
Wow.
Yeah, 98.5. Are you were born?
I'm what?
Você tinha nascido em 1985? Não, né?
No.
So I remember that I was so worried about that little thing that we do on the hi-hat, open and close.
Yeah.
I had to do this kind of effect.
Yeah.
In a song, and I remember that I couldn't control so precisely at that time. So this is why my main concern at that time. Not the people, not 3,000 people in front of me. Very first show.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy, ridiculous. Actually.
That's funny.
So when we started study drums, what kind of lessons you start to receive, or you start to only to play drums at the beginning and no instruction?
So in the beginning, I bought drumsticks, and then I played on buckets and boxes, and then on pillows, and then I liked it, and then I went to my friend's house and tried to play on his drum set. So he showed me, he played the song, and he's like, "Go play on this song," and I played along, and I liked it. He's like, "Yeah, you have some sense of rhythm and dynamics." but you have to do this and you have to do that. So he showed me some things, basics. I've already memorized the names of every part because, it was, I had to memorize them in English, and drum sets are not Middle Eastern. So I had to learn that. I learned on my own these kind of things, then started learning things related to Western music theory because it was all new to me. And then from there, I took some lessons from local people like friends or teachers that are in Colorado. Then afterwards, when I started working on my own skills, because learning at this age, I am now 30. When I started, I was 27 or something like that. And so when I started, I knew how to learn things. This is not my first time learning anything. So I've studied a lot of science and engineering and learned different languages during my life and different certifications and skills. That was not my first thing to learn. So I knew how to learn. So I really didn't want a teacher to sit there and watch me do my exercise. I just wanted the exercise. And so I could do that, from some friends and then YouTube. Afterwards, I took lessons with very advanced teachers that are now my mentors, like Derek Roddy gave me some lessons, and Matt Byrne from Hatebreed, Marco Miniman, and Don Famolaro just recently, and Eugene Ryevchenko from Flesh God Apocalypse. So I got so much help and mentorship from these guys.
Great. So tell us about something, having lessons or something like this with Marco Miniman, for example.
Marco Miniman, I like learning things from Marco regarding odd time signatures and polyrhythm. Like my last video that I shared, I was playing 17/16 notes, so 17/16 is how we say it. So that kind of stuff I learned from Marco, and other things like technique. Like I used to like when I play to do this, like kind of like push pull technique, but then I was doing it on the hi-hat and doing some triplets, and he noticed that and he said, just keep your fingers like moving with the stick. So there are certain things that they notice and they tell me to correct. So that's one of the things I learned from him. Don Famolaro, he was telling me about the grip. Because I play heavier music, he said, don't do this grip where there's like a gap in your hands. For example, Annika, the female drummer, plays with a gap in her hands, and she tells people, you have to put a stick through it and it comes right out. But Don told me you shouldn't play that because she plays funk and fusion. You play metal and rock. And he said the way to like have a better grip that's kind of for heavier music is to like throw your drums like this. And when they fell in my hand, this is how you should be holding them. So just like that. So that was one of the tricks that I learned from Dom. And then Matt Byrne gave me some exercises, and then he told me about this thing that's in my foot right now. They're called ankle weights. Matt Byrne told me about ankle weights that are also used by Gene Hoglan. We wear them. They're 2 pounds on each foot. You can do 1 pound. I think I just went too crazy with it. So 2.5 pounds on each one. And then it gives you kind of a heavier sound on the drums, especially if you're not using triggers. And I don't use triggers right now. So it just makes the sound heavier and also builds your leg muscles. Derek Roddy, I learned from him that he doesn't really focus on technique, and that he says, whatever feels comfortable for your body is the right technique for you, because some people can use finger technique and that's comfortable for their body. Some other people want to play with their wrist, like even blast beats, he plays with his full wrist, and other people play like with fingers like this. So that's kind of one of the examples of the things that I learned from them.
Yeah, but you play lively with the leg weights.
I played live with leg weights. I've recorded a whole session, actually, a studio session.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so I had, because I got used to it, so I played with it. Also, I wanted to show people that you can actually play with these things on, and they do make the sound different.
Wow, because we drummers, we have to carry hardware, cymbals, and so on. side drums if you want to carry your own drums.
Mhm.
And Mirna have to carry 2 leg weights with her.
Yep.
Maybe four, because if you want to change something or try something new, you have to carry 4.
Yes, that's true. Maybe I should put some on my hands too.
Yeah, we drummers are crazy.
We are
And
crazy. I agree.
yeah, I remember reading a Ginny Holland interview, and he said anything about this. I never tried this kind of trick, but I remember that he said about these weights and about playing with that military. Here in Brazil, we call that kind of shoes coturno
Mm.
for for military.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah, the
know.
shoes for
Yeah.
like the boots,
Hmm.
military boots.
Yeah, military boots, like the thicker ones. But I usually actually play barefoot. So like even if I'm at venues, I take my shoes off and stay with my socks and play because I feel the pedal more this way.
Tell us about the better socks to play drums.
And I don't have any special socks. It's whatever. I just wear socks so that I don't hurt myself and people don't feel offended seeing other people's foot.
I can recommend a special socks from Brazil that don't exist anymore, but
Yeah.
I have so many pairs. It's called Blasco.
Ah, nice.
Blasco socks and Blasco wearing.
Nice.
The better socks to play, the better socks to stay with all day.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm wearing a pair right now. On
Nice.
the when you finish the streaming, I will show you my Blasco.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah. So about your grip, I noticed that your grip is something like this.
Yeah, well, it depends. Actually, it depends on like if I'm playing lighter stuff, then yeah, I usually hold it like this. And then if I'm playing heavier stuff, it's more of like this. Like the stick is touching my hand, and the end is kind of touching here, and I have a tighter grip, and the gap between my finger is tighter.
Hmm.
This is kind of mostly what I play for metal, so that it doesn't slip out of my hands and all of that. But if I'm playing like something lighter, then it's like that kind of. So it depends.
Yeah, I asked you because I saw that you have so many stick
I
here.
see. So
Eh,
this is my signature stick. It's longer than usual other
mm,
sticks. So for example, this is my stick. This is a Pro Mark,
yeah,
kind of like a 5A. This is a Marco Minimum signature.
yeah,
His is actually thick, but it's shorter and less thick than mine. So that's kind of the diameter difference. And then
yeah.
the length is mine is way taller because I'm short. I'm 5'2", so I need taller sticks usually.
Wow, it's so longer.
Yeah,
Show us again.
yeah. This is the
Different.
difference. This is the standard like 5A. I think would be this length, and this is
Yeah.
mine.
Wow,
I think mine is like 17 and a half inch or something like that.
wow,
Um,
so longer.
yeah,
That,
and
that,
here
that,
it's very thick, and then it kind of like gets thinner.
uh,
That's it.
yeah, yeah. Let's talk about your drumsticks after. So this is the reason that I saw you playing,
Yes,
and I noticed that you have so many sticks here,
yes, yeah.
and I was asking myself why so many sticks here.
Yeah. Also,
So that's the reason.
the balance of it is different. The balance of the stick because it's thicker here and then thinner. So it really there isn't any specific right length of how long should it be from this side versus this. It depends on the stick. Like for example, I can show you a stick if you give me a second. I'll pull
Yeah,
out one stick and show it to you. That's very
yeah, of
heavy.
course, of course.
Uh, okay. So there's this drumstick. What do you notice? The difference between this and a normal stick is that it's all the same diameter all along, So the weight is balanced on all sides. So you kind of, if you grab it, you have to grab it in the middle. It's a very different and weird design, but so really the trick is like whatever feels better. So like if I hit and it bounces back on me, that's the balance point. Like basically kind of like that. If I hold it here and it falls, that's not the balance point. So it really depends on the weight of the stick and where does it balance.
So do you use that stick that you show us?
I used to use it. Yeah, I used to use it. It's from Xcel. Xcel is the company that I endorse. And so it is a nice stick. It's different, absolutely, but it's unique. So it's not for everyone.
Yeah, of course. But let's talk about a little bit about your brand, your drumstick brand. It's Xcel, correct?
Yeah.
It's from United States. I never heard about it.
Xcel is from the United States. They are interested in people that really like their products. I don't think they care for how big or how small the company is. They care for like, who likes to play their products and they're happy with their artist and with what they make. And it's pretty balanced and I like the feel of it. And so that's why I endorse this product. They have shapes. That's the unique thing. Like there's this one. There's one with like a very thick, like ergonomic grip that makes it comfortable for your hands. So they have unique designs.
Yeah, it's made from hickory.
I think they have multiple different woods that they make it from.
Great. So it's a new brand for us, Xcel Drumsticks. Hi. Yeah, we have so many people here.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you say hello for your friends? I don't know if we have some.
Oh yeah, there's some friends here. I think I can barely see it because the phone is like kind of away from me. So I have to zoom in.
Yeah, I had some lessons with Don Famularo too.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember when I had the last lesson because the dollar price here is, muito caro.
I agree. Entendi.
Então, eu só tive algumas oportunidades. I remember that when was receiving the lesson, and Don Famularo asked me for my grip. I use this kind of grip, like you show it.
Yeah.
Show it and I really like this gap.
Yeah.
Like you said. But I never thought about playing something more harder or faster, mainly harder, and playing like this, like you said.
Yeah.
This is. Do you have some kind of pain after?
No, I don't have any pain because when I'm playing like this for lighter stuff, the stick is really not hitting the inside of my hands. It's not sitting inside of my palm of my hands.
Really?
When it's like closed, it's like touching this part of my hand, So it's tighter grip and I don't have pain. I focus on like wrist motion. So like blast beats, I play like this. And people tell me to use my fingers, but then I say no. Derek Roddy doesn't use a lot of fingers. Like he doesn't even have a lot of finger like rebound and technique. It just sounds louder. Like if you do this, like versus, there's a difference. It's louder.
Yeah. So, do you recommend any kind of warming exercise
for
the drummers?
Someone recently taught me, actually Paul Quinn, he's a drummer and a lawyer for musicians. Paul Quinn was teaching me this like warm-up exercise that's para-paradiddle, para-paradiddle, and then paradiddle. And then you go back to para-paradiddle. So that's one of the things that I do sometimes. And then Matt Byrne, this one I like a lot. You just sit in front of your snare or practice pad and play like very fast single stroke rolls as fast as you can. And that's kind of his warm up before like his live shows. So this one is easy. You don't have to think a lot about it. That's kind of what I do. And then for feet, just I do like very slow double bass, and then like I tried the whole drum set to just like kind of warm up on the drum set and see if everything is in a good distance. So I would play like a basic metal or rock beats. That's kind of how I start.
Yeah. So, do you have any kind of study routine?
A specific routine or like
whatever?
I don't have a specific routine. No, it's just basically making sure that the distance of everything in front of me is good, and just warming up my hand and leg muscles, and that's it. Just
so,
moving.
but about study routine.
Oh, like when I study like
Yes.
for myself every day. Yeah, I have like a lot of them written in a notepad. So it's all the exercises that I learned from all my 4 or 5 teachers that I go through, and then like kind of track my progress and see where it is. Some of them were related to like Matt Byrne. One of the exercises that Matt Byrne gave me was playing very light, like slow double bass pedal, like at different speeds, like 80 and then 100, 120. Each one for like 5 minutes. And then what else do I have? I have something that I do with my fingers. That's a Marco Miniman exercise. I do like kind of train every finger on its own. So like I would do this. So, but then increase the speed. Gradually. You do every one of like let's say you start at 80 and then go 100 and 120, and you do each one of these speeds for like a minute or so or 2. That's how you do it. And yeah, I have a bunch of exercises, and then like I have an exercise from Eugene Ryabchenko for like hammer blast beats. And that one, he also told me to start at a tempo that I'm not very comfortable at, or also not very hard for me. So something in the middle that needs work, but it's not extremely hard and it's not extremely comfortable, so that I can grow.
Yeah, great. I asked it because we have so many great drummers here at our streamings, and some drummers have a specific study routine, and some others don't have, and we like to share with people here about what kind of tricks and grooves and whatever the drummer are studying. For example, you say something about your last video playing about odd times, and how it works for you, because you had we had here Kira from England, and we talk a lot about odd times. And how do you feel playing in odd times?
It's easy to play. So here's the challenge. The challenge is when you hear someone else playing it, sometimes you can't tell. But if I'm actually the one initiating the groove, I can always tell what I'm playing. I can always count what I am playing. If someone else is playing and they're doing it so fast, maybe I can't sometimes. So I have to like focus and slow it down and whatever. But if I am playing it, I can pretty much count any time signature. Because time signatures, like odd time signatures, are not odd in every culture. Like in the Western culture, they're odd because there's common time that's 4/4 and 4/8 and 16. So all the multipliers of 4, basically. In my culture, 4 is nothing special. In the West Eastern music theory, there's all the different kind of time signatures. So I just take it. Every time signature is a time signature. That's all it is. And it all depends on how many times do you repeat the same rhythm and then go back to 1. And that's what makes it unique. So like the 17/16 is basically 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. That's how many fours? That's 3 fours. That's 12, and then you add 5 to it, and that's 17, right? So I do 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. That's a 17 basically. But if I play it fast, and then I'm adding the snare sometimes on the 5 and whatever other numbers, so people get confused. They think it's complicated. As soon as I count it for them or show them the numbers as I had on my video, then they start understanding what's going on. It's not that hard. It's easy.
Yeah, but actually, is for me, it's my é como eu penso, okay? It's not so easy to play with a band.
I see.
I tell you, sometimes we drummers play alone. For example, that odd matter that you said. Let's play. I want to play in a 17, 16. Yeah. Wow. Great. So you try. You practice alone with your metronome, with your drums. But when the band comes in, it's not the same. Because I remember the last album that I recorded with a band, because I have so many bands, but the last album that I recorded with a band that not exist anymore, it was called Overdrive. We have a great band, great musicians, and I recorded tracks that had 4/4, 6/4, 5/4, 2/4, 3/4, 6/8, and 13, 16, and including 21, 16. It's not so easy to play. You can play like you are alone.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's harder.
That's my experience. For example, I have a video at my YouTube channel that I played a track from Yes. Bill Bruford on drums. I played on the drum track with Bill Bruford. And I remember that I had to play some maybe 100 times to play the track, reading, because I have the chart complete, and we have 4/4, we have 19/4, and I don't remember the rest of the chart, but because it's so hard to play with band. Mainly because the guitar player, it's always straight.
Yeah, maybe that. I agree with you.
The guitar player goes to the computer and stands alone with the computer and the guitar, and use the Guitar Pro to play and record the guitar tracks. And for the guitar player, we are like octopus, and we have to play all that crazy stuff that our guitar player wrote on the Guitar Pro.
Yes.
So that's why it's so difficult to play with a band this odd matter.
It is true, yeah. It depends on the kind of band, the kind of music, the speed of it, all these things, and the chemistry between the band members too. So,
do you have a crazy guitar player playing with you?
Like all guitar players are crazy. What are you talking about? Just kidding. Actually, I have a lot of guitar players. I am actually a session drummer, so whenever I play music, I'm playing for what they like mainly. the things that I want to create or like to play, I play on my own, make videos, or make it with a friend or something, or like collaborate with musicians randomly without like commitment. But yeah, to me, most guitar players have crazy tunes and melodies. So I just have to play along to that.
Which the most difficult drum part for you to play until now? Something with odd times?
No, I think maybe the most difficult thing is like sometimes when they come up with crazy fills all over the place, and I've not used that fill, so I have to learn it if they want exactly the same. That's kind of it. Yeah, that's mainly it. Just like some tricky fills. These are the hardest part for me.
O que é uma virada, o crazy fill, em português, fill virada.
Yes,
virada.
like that.
O que é a crazy fill?
Something very fast. Uma coisa, like muito rápido. I can't play like something that someone played on the computer, and it's not a real drum part, and then they're like, oh, do this. So I try to do it, of course, and sometimes I struggle until I do it. So I don't have an example in my mind right now, but yeah, that's kind of what I struggle from sometimes.
Yeah, I remember that for me it was playing something like playing 2 bass drums, hi-hat foot, snare all the same time. Snare and tom-toms or tom, and a crash.
Nice.
So I need 3 arms and 4 feet.
Yep, it's crazy.
We have a question here from Mirna. Who is your favorite band?
My favorite band.
Yeah, people, don't be shy. We don't have questions here for Mirna. Don't be shy. Send your question for Mirna right now. Ask what you want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite band is Mixstein and Miniman. They're not a metal band, so it's a rock band. It's Randy Mixstein and Marco Miniman. I like it. It's my favorite for at least like the last year and a half. During the pandemic is when they started the project. So that's been my inspiration. Other than that, Serpent's Rise for that's kind of Derek Roddy's project. For the heavier stuff, Decapitated, and what else? Hatebreed, of course. Hatebreed for like metalcore.
Yeah, and did you have the pleasure to meet the director of Snakes?
All of them. Oh, of course. Yes. Virtually. I got to meet them virtually, so I had the pleasure to meet them. Absolutely.
Yeah, Director Roddy sells the snakes, correct?
Yes, he breeds snakes. So yeah, he breeds and sells snakes.
And they are beautiful.
They are so beautiful, very unique. You should check them out.
Okay, great. I remember that I saw some from Director Roddy and
yes, it's crazy.
Yeah, people, don't be shy. Send your question for Mina. Don't lose this chance, because this is a unique chance for you to send questions for Mirna. So let's take a look about your career. Do you start playing drums professionally with which age?
That was just actually 2 years and a half ago. That's when I started professionally. That's about it.
Really?
That's why it's an inspiring story, because look, you can do anything. And people are like, well, but you're 27, but you're a girl, you're 5'2", you're from the Middle East. How are you going to play metal? And the world is full of metal drummers that are from this country. They're bigger than you and heavier and whatever. So it was a challenge, but I know how to learn and I know how to accomplish things. So I think I've succeeded at what I wanted to do so far. Of course, I have bigger dreams, and I will continue to work on them. But I I'm satisfied about where I am right now, and I think it's pretty inspiring. That's at least what people tell me, that I'm trying to show people that you can learn at this age, and actually you can learn faster at this age because we know how to learn. We're not kids with like, not much attention, and your mom has to tell you to do things and to go to the music lesson. I myself was I was less attentive to things and less able to learn when I was younger. And the older I grew, the more confident I became. And confidence is a huge part of playing the drum sets. So that's kind of part of it. Also, I'm a performer, and I had the whole life experience of music performance, not as a drummer, but as a vocalist. So that helped me too.
Yeah, great. And are you doing some money playing professionally?
Sure, yeah. I make some money, but I don't think the money is enough for my living. I don't think the money for music is enough for anyone's living, even lots of known drummers. That's why a lot of them are selling beer, trying to sell merch, selling vinyl, and selling
snakes.
Snakes. Sure. No, I think that's like because he likes it a lot. And I am actually a scientist, and I am also a marketing and sales specialist. So I do that too. And so I don't think I want my whole income to be based on music just because of the lifestyle that I want. Some people want music. Also, my theory is if I make all my money on music, I'll take all the gigs, and I'll take any gig because I want to make the money. But if my money is coming and income is coming from different sources, then my music is going to have more freedom, and I'm going to be more picky about it and selective. Like, an inspiring story, for example, Samantha Landa that you had on your channel.
Yeah.
She works for Drumeo as a marketing manager or content marketing person. And that's also inspiring because people think, oh, if she's touring and this and that, then you don't have to have a job. But really, she does that, and she does drumming, and she does both of them very well. So that's kind of the truth that people need to know. You don't have to make all your money from drumming to be a professional drummer, That's kind of what I think.
Yeah, so you are happy doing what you are doing right now?
Yeah, I am happy with what I'm doing right now. And of course, I aspire to do different things and bigger dreams in life. But I like where I am now.
Yeah, and about your next goals, what I know it's all depends about the pandemic situation, blah 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 blah. But exactly. We have to talk about your dreams and what kind of stuff you want to do next year, maybe. Like us, we want to return with the real Girls on Drums Festival, because people sometimes think that Girls on Drums Festival is a festival, a streaming festival. It's not.
Yeah.
Girls on Drums Festival is a real drum festival with real drummers. And last year we don't have
do it.
The festival, of course, for obvious reasons, but we want to return next year. So this is our goal for next year. I wish to have so many money to bring all these incredible drummers that we had on the streamings. Tonight is our 119 streaming. Do you believe?
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we want to return next year. We have plans. So tell us about your goals, your plans for next year, for example.
My plans for next year is actually, my whole life plan was to inspire women in general, especially coming from the Middle East. There's a lot of rules and laws and cultural norms that are against women. So my goal is to inspire more women every year as I grow as a drummer. So there's people that inspire and empower others by different ways. And some of them, they share other people's drumming or whatever. And my way of doing this is to be better at my skill so that we can show the world that we can actually play anything and everything. So that's kind of my goal, is like to show people that women can play heavier and faster things, and we can have endurance, and we can wear ankle weights and play and carry our drums and all of that. And we can be successful at the business side of music too, because if you're not good at that too, then no one is going to notice you or know about you, and you're not going to inspire other people as much. And then the other goal is like, I volunteer for Hit Like a Girl. So I also want to work on that and focus on it. So that's my big goal.
Yeah, great. So maybe you can include your Girls on Drums Festival appearance in the future.
Yes.
Because you already speak in Turkish, which is great.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm coughing because I'm sick. Actually, I don't know if people know, but I'm sick. I tried to make it to this live.
No problem. I know. It's not COVID.
Exactly.
No problem.
That was a good relief. I got tested and it was negative.
Yeah, actually, we had some. Sometimes we did streamings here, and our guest was with COVID.
Oh wow. I'm glad I don't have that. Yeah, I was afraid. I did it like just 2 hours ago, and they said negative. I was like, okay, that sounds good.
No problem. I had COVID last year, so it's okay.
Thank you.
We have a question here. Let's see, from Adam Ushker. Can you read for us, please?
How much does your I think it says, how much does your drum set cost, and how much does a basic drum set cost? I don't know how much a basic drum set costs, but there's like, I've seen people buy drum sets for $50, $75. Or actually, I saw a Brazilian guy on YouTube that had drums from like buckets, like small buckets, and he drums on them because he doesn't have money or whatever. And so that's cheap. And then mine, this one is a Mapex crossover. I think it was $700, but when I bought it, it was used, so it was less than that. But it's usually $700. I think my camera is kind of shutting off, so I'm gonna get closer. I'm gonna get that closer, if that's okay. And so yeah, that's mainly like, there are people that buy thousands of dollars worth of drum sets, but I think this Mapex Mars crossover is like, or 700 something. So that's a good, I think, professional quality one. That's not too expensive.
Yeah, and about your cymbals.
Cymbals?
Wow.
My phone is just all over the place. So my cymbals are from Tonum cymbals, so that's an endorsement. So you have to look at their prices on the market price and see how much that costs. But I think like they're like $300, $400 for a cymbal, or $200 at least. So I think that's their prices.
Yeah, show us your cymbals, because I wanted to see. I'm see here on YouTube, but it's not enough.
Let me see if that's gonna work or not.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
This one is a very dry ride. I like rides that are dry. So this one is what I
Bergamot.
Yeah, and then this one is a hi-hat. It's more bright. It's not dry. And this is my crash cymbal. And that's about how much I play. Sometimes I play a China, but I don't always play China.
Do you use one hi-hat, one crash, and just one ride?
Yes, that's correct. I'm planning to have a second hi-hat on the right. But that's probably going to be it, at least for now.
You're a pretty economic girl.
Yes, I am. Because I think if you have a huge drum set, you start relying on the different sounds of all the different cymbals. But if you want to play well, and you can actually, you can learn how to make different sounds on one cymbal. Like the right cymbal has different regions, as most people know, and produce different sounds. So that's kind of the trick. You have to learn all the different sounds on your cymbals.
When you get married, your future husband, you'll be a lucky guy, because you are so economic girl.
Not only that, the thing is, like, when you go to venues, and or practice or whatever. If you take very long time setting up your gear, then I guess people get pissed and annoyed because you're taking very long, and the sound guy wants to test every single part. So it's a very painful procedure for people. And I don't have a sound, like I don't have my own sound engineer, um, but some venues have that, so it depends. So I want to always be able to carry my drums and play them anywhere. If you see, actually, Emmanuel Caplet has a very small setup like this.
Yeah, not so economic.
Not so okay.
Yeah.
You know who's like that? John Stanier from Battles.
Yeah.
He has the same setup, so that's
Yes. I like to play bigger kits, but of course sometimes you don't have time to, and don't have enough space on stage to bring all your equipment. Of course, but you have just 3 cymbals, maybe 4, one rock tone, and one bass drum, one snare, and one floor tom.
Actually 2 floor toms because
Two
it's
floor toms.
yeah.
So many floor toms.
Yeah, so it's like 12, 14, 16. That's the size.
Yeah. You don't need 2 floor toms. You can put, yeah, you can cut one, and you don't have to play with 2 sticks. Just
You can
basically
play with one
use
stick.
one.
Actually, I have tried playing with one stick just to challenge myself, and it worked.
Okay, we have a question here from Emma. Do you play any other instruments too?
Vocals, that's my other instrument. And then what else do I have? Well, I learned to play the guitar, like the acoustic guitar, a long time ago, like 10 years ago or more. I didn't enjoy it as much, and I played, learned to play keyboards and flutes, and I don't think I enjoyed any of these as much as drums. So I'm very bad at playing all the other instruments.
Besides play drums, you are happy singing.
Yeah, I love singing. I think I like singing a lot. I'm just really focused on drums now, so that's why I don't do a lot of singing, but I am open for it. I'm working on a song with someone to put my vocals, and I write lyrics too. I write full songs too sometimes. I tell people what melody I'm thinking of or play it on synth or something. So I do that rarely, like songwriting and lyrics, but mainly drums.
Yeah, I want to see you playing drums and singing at the same time, like Phil Collins or.
You know what songs I like? I like Maria Bethania.
Yeah, really, Maria
yes.
Bethania.
Yes.
Yeah, it's curious because Maria Bethania don't have a great tradition on great drummers. Or sorry, I said it wrong. They are great drummers playing on the albums, but not
live.
Not lively. It's not a big show for drummers.
I see.
A question here from Debashi Biki. Sorry, I said wrong your name. How do you balance academics and musical career?
I don't have to balance academics with musical career. I'm done studying, so I am officially a scientist. I have 3 science degrees actually, and so I'm done with the studying part. Working, I work during the day, and then music is the whole evening and weekends. So it's pretty divided.
Great. Sometimes drummers have to work in another kind of jobs, daily jobs, or something like this. And for example, I never had to do this, thanks God. But sometimes people ask about what kind of another kind of job that drummer work on. How science degree Impressive. What branch? Wow, science degree.
Yeah, what branch? I did a bachelor's degree in biology, then I did a master's in environmental biology and like water quality, and then I did a master's degree, another master's degree in the chemical and biological engineering department, specifically molecular biology and molecular engineering research.
Wow. So how this kind of stuff influence your drumming?
Yes, it did influence my drumming because I have the confidence that, you know, when people say, oh, only certain people can learn complex things, I just look at them and I say, you know, it's not molecular biology. It's not rocket science. I've worked on things related to rocket science, but like instruments related to that, like to analyzing fuels for rockets or fuels for airplanes. And I learned how to fix and design the instruments. And so it's not rocket science. It's not molecular biology. I can figure it out. So that's kind of what it helped me with the mindset. You know, molecular biology was very challenging, and just studying, you know, it wasn't always fun. It was challenging more than it was fun. So just going through that challenge made me confident about my learning abilities.
So I have a confession to say for you, for your people, all your people, and maybe right now we are going to another scenario, and that's is not drumming. I have a degree in geology.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
So you have let me reformulate. Do you think that we are in a how to say in English? Aquecimento global? Don't lie to us, doctor.
I don't think there's like a huge like global thing. Like, I don't know. It's pandemic happens and these things happen generally, so I think it's just normal where we are now.
We are going to unexplored fields here for drums and drumming streaming.
Yes.
So you don't believe in global warming?
What do you mean by you don't believe? Of course, there's global warming, but like this problem has been there for a very long time. Like, I don't think there's anything like changing about it right now, or like anything new about it. I'm definitely I believe in global warming. We've had like a lot of seminars and discussions about it. I have not done any work with global warming specifically, but just because of being an environmental student, I've met some scientists that went to these places where you can actually visually see it, or like the people that travel to space and have pictures and whatever. So they say that they are the scientists that do that research, so I believe them. My research was not based on global warming, so I can't speak for it. And I think that's the right scientific answer. Because non-scientists always think they know, but when you know something about, like when you know so much, you start realizing how much you don't know, you know? So when people say, I know everything about COVID or this or that, they usually don't know much.
I just ask you about global warming.
Yeah. So even global warming, I don't have a research in it. I have not done the research myself, so I can't speak for it. You know.
Yeah. So my opinion, just to a little bit about this kind of subject. There's no global warming.
You don't believe in it? Okay.
No. Actually, we are living in a period that sun is getting colder.
Okay, you are the geologist, so I think you have the right to say that.
There's no global warming, people. So that's it. Open your eyes. Okay. Go and do your research if you are concerning about global warming. The water, the water is ending the. No. Okay, let's go back to the drums.
Okay.
And we want to know about your top 5 female drummers. If you have to, I know it's a pretty difficult question.
Yeah, I have only one, maybe.
Just one.
Maybe 2. Annika is one of my favorites because of her like business mindset, how she approached drumming later in life. I think she was 20 something, like 26 or something like that, 27. That's when she started. It's kind of close to where I started, so it's pretty inspiring. And then the other one is Samantha Landa because she also like helps me like when I need someone to talk to about something specific. She tells me what I need, and she also talks a lot also like about her life generally. Like you know how a lot of people like to fake things like I am a professional drummer and you know this is all I did, and she talks about drumming and she talks about the other side of her life that is I'm doing marketing too. So it's pretty inspiring because she tells the truth and she doesn't hide all these different parts, and I think that's the most inspiring part about a person. And I don't think I have other drummers that are inspiring. They're female drummers. Maybe I'm not remembering well, but I can't remember other ones right now. I think.
Yeah, maybe Emmanuel Capulet that you said. No,
I don't think I play that style. I don't know much about Emmanuel Capulet. Like I am gonna be honest about that. I like that she's smiley, but I don't really follow her a lot or follow her drumming a lot. But I'm sure she seems like an inspiring drummer for most people. But yeah, I don't think I have a lot of female inspiration generally other than Samantha and Annika. Samantha also because she's a metal drummer. I think that's something we have in common too. So
yeah. So as you talk a little bit in Portuguese, maybe you are a fan of any Brazilian drummer, male or female.
I don't have any Brazilian drummers that I like specifically, other than the people that follow me and I follow them back that are drummers in Brazil, like Tony Carpa, Caio Pina, and Marcelo. I don't remember his last name. One of the many Marcelos in Brazil. But that is mainly the people that I like are my friends.
Maybe it's time to know a little bit more about Brazilian female drummers like Vera Figueiredo. As you talk a little bit in Portuguese, I think it's so cool that you can talk with her in Portuguese.
I think I've tried to connect with her. I don't think she saw my messages.
Vera Figueiredo.
Yeah, I think I tried to connect with her a while ago, but I don't think she saw my messages for some reason. So I couldn't connect personally.
Yeah, I will tell her about you.
Yes, that would be great.
And there are another great drummers here in Brazil that is you can talk about. You can talk with them like Julia Bax, our marketing, and thank you, Julia, for once again for doing this incredible flyer. The design.
It's very nice.
So nice. Julia Batts and so many great female drummers. Metal drummers here. Do you know Luana D'Ameto?
Metal drummers in Brazil.
Yeah, female metal drummer. We
can't remember the name.
We don't want to talk about all this men.
I have no problem talking about men, honestly, because
I don't have problem talking about men too, but we are girls on drums.
I
know
agree.
I am a male, but
you
I
are
am
male.
great.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't
know. Luana D'Ameto?
I remember there was a Brazilian drummer girl that was metal drummer, but I don't know if I know her name. Can you guys still see me and hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I don't remember names specifically. I've seen a lot of them on the internet. There's a lot of them, so I'm happy about that. But I don't remember names specifically.
You have great female drummers here, metal drummers, like Luana da Metal. She plays with the band Crypta.
Oh, nice.
There was Nervosa, the band Nervosa, and they divided in two bands, Crypta and Nervosa.
Yeah.
We have here Pichu.
Nice.
Do you know Pichu? No.
No.
Don't know Pichu. And another great Brazilian female drummers. So you talk with Vera about your message, and you can talk with her in Portuguese.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to know from you in Portuguese, in English, or in English and Portuguese, about your final considerations here, because we are now with 1 hour and 11 minutes live streaming. It's a pretty good time. From Marcelo Nervosa é muito boa banda, da hora. Você já sabe o que está escrito, né? Eu não preciso nem traduzir isso.
Yes, you don't need to translate. I understand.
Pessoal, se vocês tiverem perguntas em português para fazer, pode fazer para Mirna. Aproveita agora, pode fazer em português, porque ela fala um pouco de português. Então, você pode mandar essa pergunta escrita em português aqui nos comentários ou aqui nas perguntas. Aproveita esse finalzinho aí, que nós estamos indo para o final, ok? So, we want to know...
Diz para mim qual perguntas que vocês têm, qual coisas que vocês querem falar comigo.
Tá vendo só? Vocês podem falar em português com ela, se você quiser, depois, no direct do Instagram dela. Mas, enquanto vocês estão pensando, eu vou perguntar para a Mirna, assim, quais são as palavras que te vêm para você deixar de mensagem para os jovens bateristas ou as bateristas que estão assistindo aí ou que vão assistir depois no futuro essa live? Que recomendações, o que você acha que é legal eles saberem? Tem um comentário do Marcelo. Eu conheci ela há pouco tempo, vi um vídeo dela e achei ela muito boa. Aí.
Muito obrigada, valeu, Marcelo.
Até muda a voz quando fala em inglês, né? Fala em inglês, muda a voz. Quando fala em português, é outra voz. Você entendeu? Então, se você puder, fala em inglês primeiro, depois...
Boa noite. Someone is saying, is leaving here, Wallace. Boa noite, Wallace. We have some people joining right now, I think.
Yeah. Ok. Você, então, pode deixar essa mensagem? Mas em inglês e em português. Acho que é legal.
I don't have any something specific to tell you guys. Is if you love the drums, just try to focus on one thing at a time and don't try to play all the different genres. Play one thing and be really good at it, or one or two things, you know. The more you try to play everything in the beginning, it gets overwhelming. If you focus on like one exercise or two exercises and practice them a lot, you'll see the progress quicker and you will be more encouraged. So that's my main advice to people that want to learn or want to progress more quickly. Other than that, watch your favorite drummers, and that's always what motivates me to go practice more, because I want to be like them. So, and also learn from your favorite drummers, because they know what not to do, the things that you need to avoid. Don't learn from one person, learn from many people. Because when you learn from one person, they teach you only the techniques that they know, and it might not work for your body. If you learn from different people, you'll know that everyone uses different techniques, and some people don't even think about technique. And some people are great players with no technique or not thinking of the technique. So these are kind of my advices for you guys. And if you need any questions regarding the drums, feel free to message me.
Yeah, so agora em português.
Agora em português. Eu não posso falar todas as coisas em português. Estou tentando praticar e falar umas coisas. But thanks for having me here. And yeah, I'm very happy to meet you all. I think Brazilian audience are my favorite because it's my favorite language. And thanks for everyone else that was here.
Yeah, great. Então, pessoal, se vocês quiserem saber o que ela falou em inglês, vocês vão ter que procurar ela aí nas redes sociais. So, Mirna, please tell us about your social medias, where people can find your tracks, hear your bands, and see you on YouTube. Please share it with us.
I am on every major platform. So I'm on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, and all of them are Drumsticks_Mirna. So if you just type Drumsticks Mirna on Google, you'll find a lot of them. You'll find also articles and features and stories written like about how I started and my origin and all of that. So Drumsticks Mirna is how to find me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, people, for being with us tonight. Thank you for sending your questions and pay attention what Mirna said to us. It was incredible, so valuable for your career. I have no doubt that it will be important for you. Maybe see this streaming again and listen what Mirna said to us. Okay, thank you, Mirna, for being with us. Thank you for your time, your patience. Hi, Violet, and God bless you. Take care.
Thank you. Muito prazer. Se cuida.
Meu prazer, nosso prazer em ter você aqui. Thank you for being part of this streaming family, and please be my guest to participating in the next streaming, sending questions, comments. Please stay with us, stay in contact. Thank you, people. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.